Hey, I was watching Stephen Furtick uh, in Elevation Church sermon. It's celebrating the 20th year anniversary of Elevation Church, and the video was about passion. It said put passion in its place, and I was thinking about what he was saying in part of the sermon about they didn't have a lot, but they had a lot of passion. And then he noticed that people that come to his church, this one guy came to his church and he wanted to stand up and shout, but he didn't know what to do. And I and and he said he'd rather have that than people that didn't want to praise. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I was just like, man, that's awesome because and then when people come to the church, they get saved. They have a lot of passion and fire, but they don't. Nobody kindles that fire. Nobody nurtures that because you're settled into your thing, and you want a test. You want to test somebody. I don't know if they brought that up, but people be testing people. They want to test these young Christians and say, "Oh, like their faith ain't real." It's like you don't. You're not God. You can't do that. What you need to do is foster that faith and be supportive and be a hand and be a prayer warrior and be a mentor in that person's life and nurture that fire and support that passion that they first have when they first fall in love with Jesus. And I just wonder where are all the people with the passion at, with that fire for the real, not necessarily the Bible thumping, beat you over the head with the word. The word. I love the word. The word is real. Like I'm not trying to. That's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm saying is who really wants to go for that, like go for that goal of what the Bible was saying. And I ain't trying to say 12-step program. Let me say this the right way. I'm not trying to do this like nobody else. We're not trying to do this like nobody else. We're trying to do this like good people. Let's put it that way. Being good people, helping other people, and doing the good things in the world. That's better. Okay. It's very clean. It's as clean as I could say it because I want to say it certain ways, which is the passion inside of me. I want to get up. I'm not I wouldn't say I would ever be a fire and brimstone, but I bring that energy. I could bring that energy to life, about living, about doing what we can right now to make the world a better place and not hypothetically not saying you need to turn to Jesus. He'll give you everything you need, which is exactly. Jesus will give you everything you need. But can't we be the hands and feet? Can't we be the hands and feet of Christ? Can't we do the works without making it about the works and not make it it says you do your alms, you don't do your alms in public for everybody to see. Alms is like charity. It's like giving somebody $1 on the street. Like I'm not like sitting there trying to show up, hey, I gave somebody $5 today. I gave somebody $2 the other day. I asked them what it was for. I made sure that they got something to eat with it and not a beer. That's very hypocritical. When you do something good, you just do it. You do it and you don't care who sees, you don't care what it's for, you don't it's just good shit. It's just good. And it don't need to be glamorized, glorified because it's what should be done. And that is the mark that I would hope to reach within, and hopefully people would understand that goal and that direction and want to run with it and really be on it 20 foot like I want a 7 day a week church. Like I want to have a building open up 7 days a week like a community center and built in all in one, and to have community services. My sister already wants to do social services. She was talking about that, and it was interesting how that's been a dream of her, a vision of hers for a long time, which we have similar ideas. Mine would just be a little broader, doesn't make it any better. I have a very wide vision of what's going to happen with not just that, but bringing the church together, unification of the church. It's big ideas. It's not my ideas, but it's like when I was younger, I lived on this place in this place off a Rainbow, and somewhere off of like up. It's in a house, and we're just renting a room. But in the middle of that time, I had a vision this one night. I had a dream, and it was a bunch of nurses and stuff like that, right? A bunch of nurses, and I was like in there, like I don't know if I was like supposed to do something or teach or what the message was, but then COVID happened and like nurses everywhere. I don't know if that was connected to that. At all. But the health of people is not just mentally, physically, spiritually, it's all of it. People have needs. There's poor people, rich people, sad people, happy people, hungry people, the people that are doing okay. People still have needs. The people that do have needs, more needs, those are the people that need to be taken care of. The sick, the blind, the sinners, which is, wrap those up in a bunch. But the world changed when we had COVID, didn't it change when COVID happened? We're entering a new era. And I have another video that was talking about automation, and money's already changing. They're taking away the pennies, so now we're going to be rounding up by 5 cents. Digital currency is slowly taking off, but it's getting there, and they have a bunch of apps, and the way people generate income is not the same anymore either. In the history of mankind, it's never been nothing like this, and I would just mind you to pay attention to that. There's so much we can do because we could talk to each other across the planet, and we are better together. You know, when we get it right, just imagine what the world would be like if we could bring it all together. And we got all this knowledge, we got all this we know what we need to do to make the world a better place. We have the tools right now before it gets taken away. We have to do what we got to do today, because we're going to reach a precipice. There's going to be a time, and it's written in the Bible, it's going to be a time that you're just going to disappear into the sky. You're going to get taken. And it's not that disappear like that. I wouldn't say the rapture would be exactly like that. The rapture. It's a lot to unpack. But when kingdom comes, which that is written in the Bible, when kingdom comes, when it comes down here, it's being placed down upon this earth. You know, before that happens, there is like a large battle that happens where they slay this big dragon, and it's really climactic if you think about it. Which could be considered fantastical if you thought about it in a fantastical way. If you thought about it in a logical, realistic way, you kind of could understand it. And then there's some things that you can't, it's beyond your understanding. Scientists can barely understand science. The things that they're discovering now, imagine God knows that already. Times infinity. Infinity. And we are made in the likeness. So, you know, I know people kill their own children, but I don't think he'd kill all of us. No. And Jesus said, no, it's not going to happen, though. It's not going to. Jesus said, we definitely not. It's a new covenant. And we go, you guys could be cool. I said, it doesn't mean you shouldn't sweat it. It's like you should be ready. Be vigilant. So, that same passion, that same fire, that same thing every time, when that happens, why? I'm not saying why. We need to do something about that. You gonna make me wait to preach in a congregation? I just want my own setup. You see, everybody thinks that they could do it better than the next person, and I think that might be pride. So patience must be applied. So God doesn't always give you everything that you want when you want it, even though it might be good. It's okay, well, you think about it this way. Your same appetite for that is the same appetite for that. But it's not my vision. God gave me another vision. God told me that it was going to happen. And I was like, no, it's not going to happen. And why? How would that happen? How would that happen? Look at me. I'm not going to get my own church. No one's going to just hand me a church, which is absurd. But then you make a church, or you create something, just like what he was saying. He didn't have none of this stuff. I said, dang, people like to dehumanize people, but in this instant, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, all you had was your passion for preaching, however it was, wherever that came from, but that's what you had. And you didn't have the tax code, this, that, third thing. I don't know what else they call it. Didn't have none of that stuff. And he just had and now I think about it, my Pastor Art, they were talking about that stuff before too. God told him to come out to Las Vegas. And he was like, really? And it was funny because he had to clean up his act. So what I'm saying, people be praying for people sometimes. I don't know how good or bad everybody is. I can't be the judge of that, but to tell the story is a really cool story, and I think he's a good guy. Pastor Art came from, he was into stuff, and long story short, he got out of it, turned his life around, gave it to Christ. God took him somewhere and took him another place. God takes us places, and didn't know how or what, but they ended up what they got now. Now they've been at the same place for a few years now. I think they might have expanded the inside. I'm not sure. I haven't been back in a minute. Uh, not for any particular reason. Um, but a lot of the stories start out like that. It's like where, even another good example, which is I'm blessed to have these good examples, is that, some people get supported by other churches, and even you still might get supported by churches, but I'm not sure how this one happened. But City Light Church here in Las Vegas, um, their pastor was from somewhere else too. Decided to move here. So whoa. Now they got their whole setup. They got security. They got like 3, 4 sermons in a day. I don't know how you do 3, 4, 5 sermons in a day, but um, it's still pretty cool. And they got a music team that's really, really great. I love their music team. It was a little loud in the place that we were at, but at the same time, it was still really good quality music. And their singers are exquisite. Um, and they got good daycare service, child care services, their kids stuff. People are volunteers and help out and things like that. And the third, and I like how the police would be at the school. I mean, that's neither here nor there. The police is cool being there, but like, I don't think I had there's security at churches. Like people have security at churches, and I'm not. See, you got to be careful how you say that too. It's like I'm not against the security because I understand crazy stuff could happen, and you would want protection. I'm not too sure if it's. I wouldn't want security on purpose. Let's just say that. Let's just have a few good men in the crowd. If they want to help out, go ahead and help out. Do something good. That's what I'm saying. People just need to do the right thing. You wouldn't have to worry about security if there was at least more people in there that did the right thing. Be vigilant. You don't have to hold. You don't have to be on purposely be a guard. But then who would be doing it now, right? So that's why it's hard to talk about that, because it's like I want to be a hypocrite and say I wouldn't want security, like I want somebody to protect me from somebody running at me with something, but at the same time it's like be realistic, and being holy is the same. It's like if you can't play the two sides. You can't play like you holy. You can't play like you got the gold, the glow. You got the glow, the protection. um, but yeah, I'm not too sure if I would have security in my stuff. There's levels to it though. Um, so yeah, you grow and you grow. I mean, I guess coming from the bottom, but then giving the church, that's a whole another scenario. Like if God gave me a church, I don't, like I said, I would probably have to show up. That'd be weird. That had to be like my own 12-step program right there. I guess that would be a place to put the passion, a purpose, like this one teacher said. You just need purpose. You don't need ADD medication. You just need a purpose. So that's just very one side. Like, what if you did need something? So I'm not against people taking medication. If you need it, that's what God created us for, to create these things so that we can take care of ourselves. So just don't abuse things, or don't take things you're not supposed to take. But that's the purpose. No Walls Ministries started out as or Church No Walls was a idea that started when I was homeless back in Washington, way long time. I've been homeless twice in my life. And it was just on the railing. I just thought about it like vans off the wall, like vans off the wall outside church. Not necessarily outside. I might have a home base, but like being everywhere, like doing everything all the time, being active, open 24/7, being accessible to people if they need help, having all the things there that people need to get what they need to get, and not have them bounce around all these other places, and having all kinds of things set up in there. And it wouldn't just be a token non-profit, which you don't, and you never want to do what other people have done before. They're not doing it good enough. And it's not, I don't know if there's their fault necessarily, but you see people get active, and it's like these churches, it's like they got so much going on, but I really don't be seeing them outside like that. And I ain't trying to throw no shade. I'm just saying, I don't see nobody outside like that, for real. I want to see you outside every day. Not standing on a corner telling people they're going to go to hell if they don't come to Jesus. Awesome for you. Good for you. God bless you. But please, God bless you if you go do some stuff. Go take care of somebody. Go give somebody a ride. Pick up a brother for church. Give them a ride. Bring them to church. Go help somebody out with their bills. Go do something if you got it like that. If you don't, then don't sweat it. I'm not tripping. I ain't tripping on you. If your life's all good and you got everything together and you got so much extra time, you doing so good, you baller ripping, and your life is so good with Jesus, amen, hallelujah. Why don't you tell somebody that? Why don't you help somebody? You know what I'm saying? Go do it. Stop going to church all the time and just going to church. All you get stuff with the word and shit. You get stuff fat with the word, but you ain't get filled with the spirit enough, probably. Maybe not. And then it's just me that I'm scared because I'm the only one, and I ain't got no resources, and I'm young, and I'm dumb, and I'm not able, and I'm weak, and I'm lame. But people that are capable, that got more abilities than me, don't do the things that they could do, but they have so much. They're able, and I wasn't able, and God bless it. I love it. Because what he said in the Bible, he said he will make the smart look dumb, the wise be ignorant, and he's going to use the fools of this world to bring you to shame. Amen to that. And I would say I'm a fool, because I can't say I'm wise, and that sucks. But it means that means a lot, because you can't call yourself fucking, because I'm still foolish. Even if I know some things, it doesn't mean I apply it, which is the application of knowledge is wisdom. So that means I'm still a fool. God bless it. And God bless you too. I just hope that this brings people to this place that they want to get active, and you don't have to be a Christian. You could just be a good person that wants to do something in this world, and we could get active. All right, peace.